Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans, and thanks for joining me. This said information is coming out of Rogersville, Tennessee, pertaining to the disappearance of Summer Wells, and this is a statement issued by TBI. As most of you know, Saturday will mark 7 months to the date that a report was put into the dispatch out of Rogersville, Tennessee, of a missing 5-year-old child, Summer Wells, on June 15, 2021. We are now 7 months in, and there has been no leads or viable information to the whereabouts of Summer Wells. And I will bring you the said audio of the statement by TBI. If you need verification for the said information, WKBN 27 News is the source. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans. One moment, please. Thank you.
Of misinformation being spread online regarding the search for a missing Hawkins County 5-year-old Summer Wells.
This has been a problem for months. Ainsley Daniels tracking the story. Her family, Summer's family, reported her missing nearly 5 months ago. Ainsley's now live in the studio with an update on the case. Ainsley.
Josh and Sarah, in that series of 6 tweets, the TBI says that they've recently seen an uptick in misinformation about the case of the missing 5-year-old. Those tweets also reveal that numerous search warrants have been executed and any potential digital evidence has already been collected, including social media accounts. Summer Wells was reported missing by her family June 15th, sparking an Amber Alert and a widespread search in the Beech Creek community of Hawkins County. That search lasted for several weeks. In those tweets today, the TBI reiterated they are still working daily with the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office and the FBI in Knoxville in that search. They say that those efforts have included numerous ground searches, dozens of aerial searches, dive teams in area waters, and K-9 search teams. The TBI also says they have checked all available surveillance photos and videos in the area as well, and they continue to say they will not give up until Summer is found. Now, Donald Wells and Candace Bly will be speaking about their missing daughter in front of a national audience the next 2 days when they will be on the Dr. Phil Show. You can watch that here on News Channel 11 at 4 p.m. both Thursday and Friday to hear what they had to say.
Well, that's obviously old content that they put up. But this was uploaded 20 hours ago, but I don't know why they would even mention the Dr. Phil segment. But nonetheless, this is an article that was uploaded 20 hours ago, and I'll bring you the said information. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation announced Wednesday afternoon that the agency has seen a rise in the online spread of misinformation. I don't know how this could be Wednesday afternoon, and today is Wednesday. This is strange. I don't know if this seems like to be older information. The information on this TBI report. This is strange. I wonder if they made a misprint. Hold on one second, you guys. This sounds strange to me. This was in my notifications, and it had 20 hours ago. Very odd. I'm just going to read you a portion of this because it's already a few days away from the 7-month mark. So I'll go ahead and bring this bit of information, and then I'll bring you another video on the 15th pertaining to the disappearance of Summer Wells. The area where Summer went missing is extremely rural with few businesses. All available surveillance photos and videos have been collected and reviewed. Additionally, neighborhood canvasses were conducted in an effort to make sure we didn't miss any residential cameras. While we do not discuss specifics about evidence gathered in an ongoing investigation, we can tell you that numerous search warrants have been executed and any potential digital evidence has been collected. This includes social media accounts, Tennessee Bureau of Investigations via Twitter. The agency asks the public avoid posting speculation and stick to the facts, all of which can be found on the TBI's Summer Wells Newsroom webpage. Summer Wells was reported missing from her home in the Beach Creek community of Hawkins County on June 15th. Months later, she remains missing, but the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office says the case remains a priority and investigators continue to follow up on tips. Gag order placed on case involving Wells' family children in state custody, and that's said information that you can go into in the said article. The Amber Alert lists the following details for Summer. Age 5, sex female, race white, hair blonde, eyes blue, height 3 feet, weight 40 pounds, missing from Rogersville, Tennessee, missing since June 15, 2021. Okay. So most of this is older information that they have in here. I don't know why they re-released this, maybe because they didn't have anything recent, but this is what came up in my notifications. I thought this was a newer information, but nonetheless, I'm going to speak on this misinformation because I think it's viable anyway, due to the fact that it's hitting the 7-month mark. TBI has mentioned this before in their information a few months ago pertaining to misinformation and speculation pertaining to the disappearance of this child. You're entitled to think whatever you want to think happened to the child, but in the end, you don't know what happened to the child. You don't know what happened to her. We don't know if her parents are involved. We don't know if there are any other relatives, friends, suspects, neighbors are involved. If it's human trafficking, what it is. But that's the point. You're entitled to your opinion. This case has become, yes, indeed, a mockery. And the reason why we have a mockery of the case is because we have a lot of busybodies who want to immerse themselves in the case. Random people calling TBI, Hawkins County Sheriff's Department, with information that is not factual, calling on hints and dreams and alleged sightings and whatever foolishness they want to call and waste these people's time. What some of you fail to realize is that this is a real person missing and that there's a real person answering the phone to take in your information. So you're wasting these people's time by them sitting there answering the phone in hopes that they're getting some type of information that can lead to the whereabouts of the child. And to be so selfish and call these people with lies and speculations is disrespectful to the living and the deceased and to the people who are working hard to try to find the child. I think most of us know at this point it is a recovery. Sadly, I believe that it is. And you have people spreading misinformation as if it's the spoken word because they don't have anything better to do than immerse themselves in a active investigation of a missing child. And why you would waste your time doing that is a mystery to me. But we have tainted souls out here who don't have lives, full lives, and this is how they get their jolt alongside their morning coffee or Mountain Dew. It's playing around with telephone lines to the TBI and law officials. And it's sickening. You have the father giving information on the news the other day pertaining to phone pings, that he's talked to people who allegedly have talked to law officials about phone pings. I don't understand that statement from Don Wells. And once again, you cannot believe anything that comes out of this man's mouth. Nothing. Because he has not been forthright, he or his wife, pertaining to this storyline of this child missing. And as I said, why would someone be calling him to tell him about phone pings? That entire conversation made no sense to me. And I'm not about to sit here and try to decipher what it means, because it's coming from the mouth of Mr. Wells. And that's all this case has been about. It's foolishness from the parents, people wanting to bring forth storylines pertaining to the parents, and other random people jumping in and jumping out of clown cars, coming forward to pretend to be investigators and detectives when they are not, and making fools out of themselves off the dime of a missing child who's possibly deceased. As I said on Saturday, it will mark 7 months to the date that the child was reported missing from Rogersville, Tennessee. And as you've heard in this information, that they have executed many search warrants for devices, cameras, and said information to try to find out what they can pertaining to the child. But in the end, they have not brought forth any information to her whereabouts, any suspects, make, model of a car. Once information came about a Tacoma truck, we don't hear any more about that now. Eyewitnesses, you don't hear anything of that. Basically, everything that's been said pertaining to the disappearance of Summer Wells has been basically debunked. Thank you, sweetheart. And it's sad because she is like so many other children and people who are currently missing out of the United States. They deserve to have a voice because they are human beings. And someone needs to speak up for the missing. And unfortunately, the wrong people have been speaking up on behalf of Summer Wells. I've heard a lot of crazy foolishness in the past couple of days pertaining to this case. I was on the phone earlier with Ahmad talking about this case and other things I had not heard pertaining to fraudulent fundraisers on behalf of Summer Wells and that money not making it nowhere near where it's supposed to go. So it goes to show you that a lot of you are not in this for the right reason. So possibly you shouldn't even be discussing Summer Wells if you do not have a genuine intent in helping find the child. And I think it's sad because what's worse about this case is the fact that the child and the children were born to misfits. And then to have random people immerse themselves in the case who don't have a dog in the race, aren't related to the child, and then go around pretending that they care. You, by far, are worse than Don and Candy Wells. And that's what's even more sickening about this case, is that the child didn't have a chance. And then to have random people jump in who are not law officials and pretend that they care for her and running around playing I Spy is despicable. It's absolutely despicable. So when you say, I'm here for Summer, you are not. You are out there for yourself. And you don't have the right to utter her name because you're not in it for the right reason. So what I advise you to do is go find you a ball of yarn and a quilting stick and find you something to do. Go sew yourself a quilt, a blanket, and stop talking about the little girl. Because in the end, drama should not follow anyone who is trying to help find someone, put their name out about someone. Drama should never follow suit. That's common sense. The child was born into drama. So why would you want to bring drama to an already tainted scenario pertaining to her disappearing? You have not helped the case. And this is why TBI has to keep putting out these tweets via Twitter and their newsletter, because you busybodies won't stop spreading lies and causing mayhem to the case. And it's sad that an adult has to tell another adult to stop with the foolishness. Thank you all so much. Thank you, other content holders. Thank you. Thank you so much, Annie and Crime Mystery Monsters. Thank you all so much. And most of you know, I cut up sometimes, but there's a time and a place for everything. And today, I am tired of the stuff that I hear about her. Because as I said, the things that I hear about her parents is one thing. That's not her fault. That's not her brother's fault. They didn't choose them. But the stuff that the rest of you are doing is outrageous. And this is the reason why TBI has to release this type of information. It's because you don't know when to stay in your lane and stay out of the way. And I feel sorry for anybody else that has a missing person or a deceased person, and you decide that you want to go call them, look them up, and immerse yourself into something that doesn't concern you. And you make a mockery out of this person missing and or dead. You have no right. You have no right. And what I have seen as of late in the queue pertaining to YouTube, the many, many accusations of some of you is so disgusting and vile, your behavior. And all the little secrets that you've been doing behind closed doors via text messages, Messenger. Yes, you have been put on blast, and it's all off the back of a little girl. You're shameful. When I get more information pertaining to the disappearance of Summer Wells, I will bring you an update. Sorry, there's some work going on around the house. Just a very sad situation pertaining to her. And I wish there was more information that could be revealed, but naturally they can't give us anything because an active investigation. But I thank you all for joining me. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. I will be back on in a little bit to bring you some information I want to discuss coming out of Pennsylvania and Memphis, Tennessee. Some very harrowing information of some people who were viciously murdered. I'd like to talk about these cases if you don't mind. So I will be back on a little bit later. But prayers for Summer Wells and her brothers, and prayers for any missing children. And as I said, I'm just disgusted at this point because I've just never seen anything so atrocious pertaining to talking about true crime and the people and the kids. And I think most of you need to just be very careful chatting in the chat and trying to immerse yourself in a case and reaching out to law enforcement, also reaching out to YouTubers. Maybe it's best that some people, you all just stay as chat members. Just listen to the content. If you don't like it, log out and keep it moving. Because these people are not who they say they are. And they're not genuine. And they really don't care about what they're talking about. And I think most of you know this. It's just a story. Upload it to a username. That's all. That's all it is. It's just a story. These people are not genuine. And if you know what's best for you, keep your money in your pocket. You don't have to donate to my channel. You don't have to donate to anybody's channel. You don't have to donate to any fund. Keep your money for yourselves. If you don't trust somebody, keep your money. Because in the end, it is your money. And you don't have to later feel bad or vengeful that you gave your money to the wrong person or people thinking that they were going to do right by you. Yes, they will turn on you. And we've seen that with YouTubers. Commenters, it's all the same. If you want to donate anything pertaining to Summer Wells, there is a legitimate bank that's holding reward money for her. I advise you to call them directly, the Churchill Rescue Squad, who are affiliated with the rescue, the reward for her, if you want to donate any money for Summer Wells. And that way you know where your money is going. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans.